5 minutes ago with a tearful final goodbye to 96-year-old singer Harry Belafonte. He was confirmed as legendary Harry Belafonte dies at 96 with younger wife by his side. They never had kids yet loved each other until his last breath. Legendary singer Harry Belafonte has passed away, leaving behind a legacy of music and activism that touched millions of lives. Despite a deep and abiding love for his younger wife, the King of Calypso never had children with her, but he remained a proud grandfather. Belafonte's impact went far beyond his chart-topping hits. He served as a father figure to his daughter-in-law and used his platform for good. The death of Harry Belafonte was announced with great sadness as the world lost an iconic singer and activist who brought joy to millions with his music. He also inspired change with his activism and left a lasting legacy. Belafonte passed away peacefully in his New York home on April 25, 2023, surrounded by loved ones, including his devoted wife of 15 years. Despite their commitment and deep affection for each other, the couple never had children together. Belafonte took great pride in being a grandpa to his 8 grandchildren from previous marriages. While the world knew him as a legendary figure, for his family, Belafonte was simply a beloved father. The Belafonte family adored the singer, actor, and composer not because of his talents and significant accomplishments, but for the unconditional love he shared with them. According to his family, Belafonte's cause of death was congestive heart failure. The King of Calypso's passing came shortly after he celebrated his 96th birthday. Why did Belafonte's music and activism leave such a lasting impact? The world lost a true icon in the passing of Harry Belafonte. Born in 1927, he spent his early years between New York and Jamaica with his mother, where he found solace from the hardships of city life. It was in New York that Belafonte's love of music began to blossom, leading him on a journey that would make him a household name and a champion for human rights. His rise to fame began with his friendship with Paul Robeson, who became his mentor and introduced him to the world of music. Starting in 1949, Belafonte worked through the New York City club scene before making his recording debut. Though he began as a jazz act and pop singer, his folk and pop fusion music performances won fans' hearts, leading to his breakthrough in 1956 with his album Calypso. The album sold over 1 million copies and featured classic hits, Day-O, Banana Boat Song, which was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2009. Belafonte was more than just a musician. He was an activist who used his platform to speak out against injustice and oppression. He supported the civil rights movement, and his passion for humanitarian causes was inspiring. He also paved the way for Black people in the entertainment industry, making history in 1968 as the first Black person to host a late-night TV show. Belafonte was also the first Black person to win an Emmy Award in 1960. Throughout his life, he used his platform to amplify the voices of marginalized communities and bring attention to important issues. Despite his fame and accomplishments, Belafonte remained a humble man who loved his family deeply. They will undoubtedly cherish his memory for years to come. In his final years, Belafonte continued to give back, using his 94th birthday to raise funds for the Gathering for Justice, an organization he founded 18 years ago. A look into Belafonte's family. Who were his 3 wives? Harry Belafonte tied the knot with 3 women throughout his life, and 4 kids came from his first 2 marriages. He wed his first wife, educator Marguerite Belafonte, in 1948, and they had 2 daughters, Adrienne and Sherry. Their marriage began to fall apart, and they eventually separated in 1954. Belafonte then married his second wife, dancer Julie Robinson, in 1957, and they had 2 children, Gina and David. They spent close to 5 decades together before divorcing in 2004. The icon was 77 at the time and wrote about the separation in his memoir, My Song, a memoir, he revealed. I felt angry and trapped, but then I'd always felt that way. 4 years later, Belafonte married his third and final wife, photographer Pamela Frank, who had 2 children, Sarah and Lindsay, from a previous relationship. Belafonte and Frank kept their union private, but she accompanied him to several events throughout their marriage. On April 25, 2023, Belafonte died with Frank by his side. Though he never had children with his third wife, he was a proud grandfather to 8 grandchildren: Rachel Blue Biesmeyer, Brian Biesmeyer, Maria Belafonte McCrae, Serafina Belafonte, Amadeus Belafonte, Matteo Frank, Olive Skenga, and Zoe Frank. What did the world and Belafonte's family have to say about him? According to the statement provided by the family of Belafonte, they are heartbroken over his passing. To them, he was not just a legendary figure, but a father, a grandfather, and a significant presence in their lives. Belafonte is survived by his third and current wife and ex-wife Robinson, who the family called the singer's sparring partner for 50-plus years, and the mother of his youngest children David and Gina. 1 month before his passing, Belafonte's daughter-in-law wished him well for his birthday. She was grateful for him as the only father figure in her life. She went on to say that everything pales compared to Belafonte's connection with her 2 children. Finally, she expressed her love and deep affection for him. One tribute from the legendary Oprah Winfrey described Belafonte as a trailblazer and hero to us all. Winfrey also expressed gratitude for his music, art, activism, and civil rights contributions. Thanks for watching my video.